This is super comfortable.
Oh, yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the Inner Circle. And today I have a special guest. I'm going to be interviewing my brother, the YouTuber, Jacksepticeye. I mean, gold and blue dude.
Told me you weren't going to do that.
This is my first interview. You
I
had
think
an
it's
interview?
mine too. As far as me, actually, I've interviewed other people, but I think this is my first interview that somebody's interviewed me.
Okay. Well, I want to start out by having you close your eyes and open your hand. Turn it around this way. Bring it and turn it. Now I want you to tell me the first thing you think of when I put this in your hand, okay?
Okay.
Whatever comes to mind.
Okay. Bull balls.
Well, there you go.
Actually, that actually takes me back to childhood when we had that pool table.
Oh yeah. Kind of like pool balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. All right. So
Pool balls, bull balls.
if
I did have my eyes closed, by the way. I know I have my shades on, but I played by the rules.
All right. So, and a lot of people were confused that last video where I crashed your live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of people on TikTok saying, "Hey, that's mean. You shouldn't do that," and they were really upset that I crashed your live stream. So, was that planned or?
It wasn't planned, but it wasn't mean. I mean, we're brothers. We've done that our entire life. I mean, that's what brothers do. You can't really classify it as mean. You just classify it as being brothers as adults.
Mm-hmm. And now, the other question. Have you seen any of the questions I'm about to ask you?
Nope.
All right. You didn't sneak in my room earlier and...
Nope. Just
Okay.
got here about 10 minutes ago, actually.
And you've been to the studio before. What do you think?
It's coming along.
Yeah, we're
It's
getting there.
actually nicer than my studio, to be honest with you.
Well,
A little jealous.
the purpose of this interview for me is to kind of figure out, you've got 12,500 subscribers on YouTube, so you've kind of come a long way from when you first started.
Yep.
And I want to document the process of from the get-go. You get a lot of advice on YouTube from people that have been there. They've already got the YouTube subscribers,
Yep.
which you've got YouTube subscribers, but I'm coming from a place of, I've got 50 subscribers, so kind of want to document the entire process along the way and show everyone how I'm doing it, at least, and it's going to be a process. And that's kind of why I want to pick your brain. People are like, why do I want to start a YouTube channel? My answer to that was, well, my brother, I'm much smarter and handsomer than he is.
Know about that.
Hey, don't you guys go check our GPAs from high school and college, because that doesn't count. So growing up, I was always, I think you were always the smartest.
We were smart in different ways.
But I'll give you the smarts, but I'm going to take the looks since I still have half my hair.
Yeah, that's true.
But we're even.
Yeah, we'll call it even.
But yeah, I wanted to pick your brain and see what your thoughts were on just a couple questions. You ready?
Let's go for it.
All right. Number one, what made you want to start a YouTube channel and start talking about college sports? By the way, he does college sports, mainly West Virginia, but really all college sports, football, and West Virginia Mountaineers.
Well, I mean, you're my brother. You grew up with me, so you knew how I was the entire time we grew up. And I've always been obsessed with college football ever since I was like 5 or 6 years old. And it got to the point where people were almost like, dude, you need an outlet for that, because pretty much every conversation we have, eventually, even if we don't start off talking college football, eventually, down the road, it leads to a college football conversation. And it kind of annoyed people, to be honest with you. Talk about it too much. So I needed an outlet. And you and our other brother, Ben, actually showed me some other YouTube channels out there. They're like, all you have to do is kind of know what you're talking about and be yourself, and you should be okay. And they talked to me for probably 3 or 4 months, and I was still, whenever you're starting a YouTube channel, you're scared of failure, you're scared of stuttering, like I just did. But I'm not scared to stutter anymore. It happens. You're scared to make mistakes. You're scared of what people are going to think of you. But once you can get past that, then just be yourself. That's when you really start finding, what you can do on YouTube.
And there are a lot of people out there that are thinking about, hey, or have thought about for years starting a channel or starting their ideal project. In my opinion, you should just go ahead and jump off, start.
Yeah, there's no right way to start. You just start. If you have a phone and if you watch YouTube, people don't know this. They already have a YouTube channel. Whenever you watch YouTube and you comment on YouTube, that's your YouTube channel. What you see in your comments, it's probably your real name, but that's your YouTube channel. All you have to do is switch the name to whatever you want it to be and start putting videos out on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. All right, number 2, can you walk us through a typical content creation process and how you make a video? And the B side to that, how long does it take to make a video for you?
I'm always thinking like 3 steps ahead. Like today, I'm thinking about video ideas that I'm going to be doing 3 days from now, because the way I run my YouTube channel is I put out at least one video a day. Most of the time, actually 2, sometimes even 3, depending on how busy the day is. So it depends on what's going on in the day, because sometimes I'll do a video on like breaking news that's big. Can't plan for that, that just happens. So you do that on the day. But other stuff that you're always thinking about what you want to talk about, what seems interesting, and have your days ready to go. And not all YouTube channels do it every day. So I know if you're starting out, that would be like overwhelming. Oh man, I gotta think 3 days ahead and stay 3 days ahead. No, you don't have to do a video every day like me. Just make sure you know what you want to do, and make sure that what you're doing, what's the best word I can use? You're obsessed with it, because it is going to take time. It is going to take energy. So whatever you choose, whatever content you choose to do it on, make sure it is something that you absolutely love, that you are passionate about.
All right.
As far as like a typical day goes and how long it takes. So I write my stuff out. That way I have my thoughts down. I don't have a script. I don't read a script, but I have my ideas. That way, if I get sidetracked, I go back and I can collect myself. So the writing process, you figure out the idea of the video, then you write down your thoughts. What thoughts do you want the people to grab through the screen? Once that's done, then you set up shop. You do your shooting. And then after that, you do your editing. Now, I'm very OCD about editing. I try to edit out all pauses, stutters, whatever. So a lot of people think that I talk really fast, but I don't. I just cut out all the dead time.
Any dead time.
Even if it's a half a second, I cut it out, so it flows really, really well. Now, the downside of that is it takes like 3 hours to edit a 10-minute video when you're like that. We're talking about 150 cuts plus per video.
Right.
So, and then you got to add graphics and all that stuff. And then once you're done with that, of course, you let upload, and that takes 30 seconds. And then if you're not established, you need to promote on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. The more, because people aren't going to randomly search up your channel name because they don't know your channel. So you got to promote and put yourself out there so they'll click on it.
So how long would you say a typical video takes you from camera on, or phone or whatever, camera on, to uploading?
It depends, but I would say on average, anywhere between 2 to 4 hours.
Okay. And you do a video a day, so
yeah,
or most days, or sometime
every day.
Okay.
Every day.
All right.
And you got live shows too.
Live shows. Yeah. And we're going to get to that here in a second. So how do you stay current with the latest news and topics for your specific interests, college football, college sports in general?
Well, I have what they call plants. I have eyes and ears out there that are looking at specific things, specific conferences, and they message me through Twitter, through Instagram, through social media. And so that helps with the breaking news type of thing. And then as far as the other thing, whenever I come up with an idea, I just look up, let's say I'm doing a video on the last 10 years of Clemson football, right? You look it up on the internet, figure out all their wins and losses, their projection, are they going up, are they headed down? And you just create a video out of all that information. And you're not just trying to relay information, because anybody can do that, and it's probably going to get boring.
Right.
You need to put yourself into it. And I will warn people, when you are yourself, people will nitpick you and troll you. The trolls are out there. So I have a checklist that I go through in my introduction. Every introduction, thick skin is on the checklist. You have to have it, because there are people out there, all they want to do is nitpick
That's
you
their job.
and try to get you riled up. That is what they do.
Yeah. And you saw that from you saw that from the very begining. I noticed. At first you were kind of letting it get to you a little bit, but then you realized what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know if I think some of them know that they're actually helping me, and that's why they do it. But some of them don't know they're helping me. But even that helps. People like to see confrontation and arguments and all that stuff. So don't let it get to you, but you still want to interact with them.
And even the dislikes on your video help your video.
Any type of interaction on the video, comments, likes, dislikes, trolls, whatever, as long as people are interacting on the video, that helps.
Right. Wow. All right. So how do you interact with your audience and keep them engaged?
The way I interact with my audience is, the comment section on my channel. I mean, you can't answer every comment, but just take 5-10 minutes of your day and look at your comments of today's video and respond to a few. Make sure you're not answering the same person every time. That way you're mixing it up. Just take a little bit of time out of your day for that one-on-one interaction. You can't do it face-to-face or anything like that, unless it's on a live show and you drop the StreamYard link, and you can do it that way as well. But I will say this. Whenever you're doing a live stream and you decide to drop that StreamYard link, watch out for people that are trying to get your channel taken down. They will act like that they're, a normal person, and then they'll try to put up imagery that is not, accepted or liked by YouTube. It's not good. So you got to make sure you filter your guests when they come on.
Right. Now, how do you do that?
Basically, Moderators, yes, and at the same time, make sure you have your finger on the dump button just in case. And you always ask them, hey, even if you don't want to be on camera when I put you on, I got to see your face. When they show their face, 9 times out of 10, it's safe, because usually somebody that's going to do something like that, they're going to, it's fake, something fake. They'll try to have an emoji up or a background up, but not show themselves.
Yeah.
So you ask them to show their face, and usually that gives the all clear.
Wow. I did not know that. That's interesting. Okay, so at what point did you realize that this could actually be a job for you, like 5,000 subscribers, or at what point were you like, oh wow, I can start thinking about quitting my job?
It was the summer of 2021, whenever conference realignment started heating back up, and for my avenue of content, excuse me, that was huge, because people always want to know what's going to happen next before anybody else. If you can beat everybody else, and even if you're not correct, people will still watch you because it's interesting. And I like that what if. I don't like that what if. So it was that first conference realignment whenever Oklahoma and Texas announced they were going to the SEC, and people got really, really into conference realignment. I had a big boom during that time. I think I doubled my subscriber base, and I started making actual money. That's when I started to realize I got something here.
And how hard was it for you to transition from your normal job? Was it just one day you woke up and you're like, well, I'm done, I'm making enough now here? let's go.
The mindset, yes, but I did the whole 2 weeks things. I was, I didn't want to be a jerk about it because the job that I have, they were nice to me. They understood my situation. They knew it was coming actually because I'm like, I'm starting this. There's a chance. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but there's a chance that one day, I could do this full time. So I just want y'all to know. And as the subscribers and the money started getting higher and higher, that's when I was like, all right, guys, it's gonna be sooner than I thought. And then whenever it got there, I get my 2 weeks. It was a nice, easy transition.
And you've kind of already talked about this. I had a question. Can you talk about any particularly successful videos or series you've done and what made them successful? I'm thinking you're going to go back to that conference realignment.
That's the main one.
Yeah.
But then this past, playoff bowl situation, I did a couple of things where I talked about USC and Lincoln Riley. That seems to be a big hot topic whenever you're talking about college football because this is his first year. This was his first year at USC, and a lot of people like him, especially USC fans. But a lot of people don't like him, especially Oklahoma fans. So if you can find that trigger, that's something to talk about as well. Triggers are always good to do a video on.
And what made that successful? Just that it's the topic at hand right now. Is that
topic at hand and making it larger than life.
Oh, okay. You've already talked about this a little bit, but how do you monetize your content? For example, you run ads, you use super chats, and you also have Patreon.
Yep. Patreon is actually a separate thing where people, it's a monthly donation membership that you set up for, and there's different tiers, and for each tier you go up, there's more perks, and we do separate live shows, and we have contests. Like during the regular season, we do what's called a score prediction contest. Every week we award our Patreon who gets closest to the score and picks the correct winner $20 every week. Then whenever that's over, we did the championship contest. Whoever picked the most champions won $20. Then we did bowl season, and no, championship was $25. Excuse me. Bowl season, I'm still figuring out because that was a lot of bowls, but the winner of that's going to get $50, and then upcoming is going to be the March Madness contest. So we're trying to keep our Patreon. We try to reward. I notice out there a lot of people have Patreon pages that have perks, yes, but not actual like rewards. Like we award prizes and money, and we're going to start a drawing where once a month I'll draw a Patreon's name, and whoever's name I draw, I'm going to pay their membership for that month. Now it has to go at least to $10 because you have $2 Patreons. I don't want to cheapskate anybody, so we'll draw until we hit at least $10 for that month.
But your main source of revenue from your content creation would be
AdSense.
AdSense from YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. Super chats help too.
Yeah.
Especially in the grind season. Right now is the grind season. Whenever the regular season's over.
Now, how do you see the future of college sports content on the platform YouTube for the future?
It's already gotten super, super crowded. I think the competition is going to be staggering, to be honest with you. For example, whenever I started my channel, there were zero West Virginia fan-based YouTube channels that had 1,000 subscribers. Now there's like 4, and there's a couple other that's close to 1,000. So you're going to have a lot of variety, a lot of choices. That's not a bad thing.
And probably people imitating.
Oh yeah,
success.
People try to do that and people try to act like that they're you, not just imitate your success. They try to we have this one scammer who gets on my comments of my videos and says, "Congratulations, you win this. All you have to do is send me your address."
Oh yeah.
So you have scammers out there trying to get your information. Unless you're talking to the creator either face to face, telephone, actual email, it's a scammer. Anything in the comments, unless you've already talked to the creator, that's a scam. Automatic scam. In the comments saying you want something, scam.
Wow. What about collaborations and partnerships? Have you had any that really were fruitful to your brand and what you're trying to do, or were they any collaborations or partnerships that were just time sinks?
A little bit of both. Some of my collaborations are seasonal because they get busy, I get busy. So in the off season, that's whenever I do more collaborations because we all have more time on our hands. And so I've collabed with channels that have many more subscribers than I do. That helps because it gets exposure for you on their channel and you're getting viewers that you usually wouldn't get. So it's always good to collaborate with channels that are larger than you and even smaller than you, because even if they have fewer subscribers than you, they still probably have some viewers and subscribers that don't know who you are and don't have any type of access to your channel. So collaboration is always a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. Now, as far as you yourself, how do you, Golden Blue Dude, measure the success of your channel?
What I do is I look at how we're doing right now and I compare it to how we were doing this time last year, because I don't know about other avenues, but specifically for the college football YouTube world, there's different. It's like a roller coaster. So in the off, like right now, we're kind of on the downswing, and then we'll bottom out, and then we'll have what I call the boom month, and then we'll plateau, and then we'll do it again. So I can't compare what I'm making right now to what I'm going to be making in, say, July or August, the
Right.
boom months. The boom months. I have to compare how I'm doing now to how I was doing last year at this time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I have one last question.
All right.
Can you share any tips or advice for aspiring sports content creators?
That's a good question. First thing is make sure you know what you're talking about, because if you don't, there's people out there that will definitely make sure that everybody knows. I'm being completely honest here. There's been a couple of subjects where I tried to BS my way through it, and there were people out there who were like, except this and this and this, and I was like, oh crap, yeah, I didn't know that. So make sure you know what you know. Make sure you know what you're talking about, and be yourself. The thing that I see, the biggest problem that I see on YouTube is people, and you talked about it earlier, people trying to be like somebody else. Oh, that channel has had success. Maybe if I'm like that channel, I'll have success. People don't want to see a remake of another channel. Be yourself and, do the best you can. Be as entertaining as possible. It's not about knowing the most. It's about being engaged the most. People want to be engaged and entertained.
All right. And anything else that you wanted to add to the end of this that I didn't ask, maybe that you wanted to share?
There's a lot of upside to starting your own YouTube channel, especially when you're able to start monetizing. Like, I still feel like I'm dreaming, but you always got to take the bad with the good. Don't get discouraged whenever you hit those months where views seem to go down a little bit and you're like, man, what am I doing wrong? It always comes back up. It's just part of YouTube. So just prepare yourself. It's going to happen, and don't let it bother you.
All right. And like I said, I have a personal question. I'm at 50 subscribers, well, a little over 50. And I'm in the process of throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. I'm doing an interview. I've done humor. We've done humor together. I've been doing how-to videos, and I've been doing, just different types of content that I enjoy doing to see what kind of sticks.
All right.
But through all that, whatever I decide to land on, I've noticed one thing. Like, I can post a video to Facebook, to YouTube, to TikTok, to Instagram, and Facebook, for me, has been the least fruitful platform. I'll get 1 or 2 likes on a video.
Wow.
YouTube, 20 likes, 1,000 views. But TikTok, my last video I posted to TikTok got 4,000 views, 200 likes. This is just a little funny video that I put up.
Yeah.
And so I was very surprised by that. Like, I know it's not for long form video content, but to get your brand out there in front of eyes without paying extra money like Facebook. The reason Facebook used to be able to really get to a lot of people on Facebook, But now that they've monetized everything, you'll see a thing, pay $10 to reach 300 more people.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. You know, as soon as you go to a brand page, things change.
Yep.
So
that's exactly right.
Facebook, I've not had a lot of success with so far. YouTube, you know, okay. I mean,
yeah.
About
I just have to be careful not to stretch myself too. Like if I try to do every platform, then I wouldn't have time for anything.
And that was my question. If someone wanted to narrow down, well, you know, I don't want to. I guess it would depend on their particular field. Like you're in different rooms of college sports on Facebook, so you can kind of market there. But if you're looking for other types, you know, I'm going to have a video coming up on the different platforms and what I've seen as a brand new creator, and where I've been successful and how I'm planning on going forward. But
yeah, I mean, you might as well figure out which one works best for you. And you know, maybe you were thinking about starting a YouTube channel, but if TikTok is where it's at and where you're getting the most success, then maybe you can start building your brand with TikTok and then transition over to YouTube. Or
like you said, make short content here and there on TikTok to funnel people to your YouTube, your website.
Don't stretch yourself out.
Right. Or make a video and cut it down and then post.
People do that all the time. Yeah,
I've seen that. But I'm going to take it as it happens, you know, and see what's to come.
Plans work until they start to not work.
Right. And you've got to be willing to
be able to
pivot.
shift.
Yeah. Yep. But I think that's all the questions I had. Anything else for you?
I think I'm good, but I really can't get over this studio. This is pretty nice.
I'm glad you're able to come up here. I'm glad we live close enough to come visit each other.
I might want to do more videos here, actually.
Come on by, man, anytime. I'm excited for people to be able to use it.
You have the setup, like you have everything that you need to have some type of platform out there.
You're just putting in the hard work, and that's kind of why I wanted you here, to kind of pick your brain, which I could do at any time, but I figured an interview we might be able to help other people.
Yeah, I think this went better than if we just had a casual conversation.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
I know that's what this basically was, but I think being in front of camera makes us both think more.
Right. And there you have it, everyone. This is my interview with the YouTuber, my brother, Jacksepticeye. Golden Blue dude. Thanks for coming, bro.
Yeah.